What's up, friends? How do you get more of what you want? How do you set 90-day targets and hit them? How do you create new habits and behaviors to help you become the person that you want to be, that has the things that you want, that has the nice car, that has the nice house, that has the growing business, that has the great relationship with their significant other, with their kids? This is all about habits and behaviors. So what is your target? You can absolutely change your life in 60 and 90 days. You can change the direction, you can change how you look, you can change how you feel. I've seen it happen over and over and over again, but it requires this. It requires habit stacking. So let me help you out. We're gonna break it down right now and show you exactly what you can do today. You can do it today as soon as you get off of this video and create a new direction of your life. Because if you were already the person you needed to be, you would already have the results that you want. Clarity, growth, and success. Figure out where you want to be. What's the clear vision? What's the dream? Ask yourself the question, who do you need to become? How do they think? How do they talk? How do they act? What habits do they have? What behaviors they have? And then do it. Success. Do the work every single day until it becomes a part of your life, until it becomes you. And then what happens the next 90 days? We stack more habits on that. The next 90 days, we stack more habits on that. How do you go from making $0 to 100,000? Change your habits. How do you go from 100,000 to $1 million a year? Change your habits. How do you go from 1 million to 100 million? Change your habits. How do you go from 100 million to 1 billion? You now know the answer to it. So this is one of those skills that is masterful, that will absolutely help you get you want in any area of life. But how about we do one habit in every area every 90 days? Sound pretty cool? So let me explain to you how this works so that you can actually use this today in your life, as long as you're willing to commit, as long as you're ready to change, as long as you're willing to get a little uncomfortable. First, you need a target. I want you to think about, while we're doing this, what do you really want and what are you radically passionate about? What excites you so much that you're willing to do this work for 90 days, that you're commit? Listen, once you commit to this, there's no distractions, no excuses. You have to go all in if you want a different result, which I think you do, because that's why you're here today. One, thank you again so much for being here. We absolutely adore and appreciate all of you that support us, that are watching this, because without you, we wouldn't be able to inspire anybody. And inspiration is really important. At Elevated Agents, we're here to educate, elevate, and inspire. And this will help you out so much. So check it out. First is mental, okay? Mental is the brain. It's what you think. What can you do to grow it? Now, if I were to ask you to rate yourself right now from a 0, you absolutely suck, which you're not a 0. If you're at a 0 or a 10, you're absolutely crushing it. You're at the best that you've ever been in your life. How are you doing mentally? How are your thoughts? Are they negative? Are they positive? How is your self-talk? How does it feel up here in the mind, your subconscious? What are you dreaming about? The brain and the mind is a beautiful, most imaginative, like crazy place. But what's one thing you can do to improve your mind? So let me kind of give you a couple simple suggestions. One, do you read? What are you putting into your mind? Because the first control that you have with growing your mental capacity and with growing and changing your thoughts is what you put in. What you put in is what comes out. So what are you listening to in the car? What are you reading every single day? What are you committed to changing over the next 90 days where you can continually improve and grow and learn through your mind? One of the things you could do is you could read 10 pages a day. That's from 75 Hard. If you've never done it, I highly suggest it. That's one thing. You could eliminate any music that is against you, right? Could you listen to a podcast that helps you specialize in growing in an area? Can you read a book that specializes in one area? Listen to an audiobook. I don't know what it is for you, but pick the one thing you're willing to do. I would suggest reading 10 pages of a nonfiction book every single day, minimum, that's gonna help you grow in your arena. Because again, that's one of those things that you do for 90 days. Do you think you're gonna be a little smarter? You're gonna have a little bit more ideas? And what is your subconscious thinking about all the time? That's number one. 2, emotional. I like to teach emotional in one way and one way only. It's all about how you feel, friend. And you have a lot of control of how you feel. So all I do is ask you this question. What feelings do you want to feel more of? What are the 3 feelings that you want to feel more of between now and the end of the year? These 3 will not change for the rest of the year. I've had 2 that I've had this is my 3rd year. love, and freedom. My third is abundance. So love, abundance, freedom. Those are the feelings I want to feel more of, I'm consumed with. I ask myself the question, will this help me feel more love? Do I feel more abundant? Because now I'm looking for the things that help me feel that way. This is an amazing process that takes a little bit of time, but definitely worth the investment. So when you think about emotional, I want you to think about what is a feeling you want to feel more of, and then think about the habit that you can put in play. I say I love you a lot. I send people love a lot. It's because I feel more love and I want to give more love. The more you give, the more you receive, back and forth. Super cool. Physical, number 3. We all can work on physical, right? What's the one thing you know you need to do to improve your body, right? To have more energy? Is it go to the gym a certain amount of times? Is it to drink more water? Is it to take away? I'm working with a guy right now. Literally, he's going to the gym now 5 times a week, got rid of energy drinks. He's making a lot of different habit changes. But what's the one over the next 90 days that'll help you finally lose the weight for good, to change your lifestyle? See, too many people are doing diets. Stop doing diets. Change your lifestyles, change your habits. Don't go and eat a bunch of things that you know you're not going to eat for the rest of your life. Like, this is a change in lifestyle to help you create the physique and have the energy that you want for longevity, right? It's all about physical. The next is relational. What relationship in your life right now is the biggest challenge? What relationships do you want to improve? Is it yourself? Is it your significant other? You know, one thing you could do under relational is what was the last time you went on a date night with your wife or your husband, right? Could you do one date night a week? I know so many couples that haven't been on a date night in months and even years. Going on date night once a week, you do that for 90 days straight. Do you think your marriage might be a little bit better? It will, because it's one of those things that my wife and I learned to do over time. The next is financial. And a lot of you are here because you're in real estate. What's the one habit that can make the biggest difference in your real estate business that you're not doing now? These are habits that you're not doing now, that are uncomfortable, that are things you want to do for the rest of your life, or at least you want to do for a long period of time. I started my real estate career cold calling. I knew I didn't want to cold call for the rest of my life. I created the habit of cold calling, got to where I wanted to go, created new habits to supplement the income, and then I was able to remove cold calling. See how that works? Habit stacking. Habit stacking is an amazing tool to help you. And if you commit to it every 90 days for a year, you will agree with me that this is one of the greatest things that you can do to create more habits and behaviors to help you get to where you want, to live the life you want, to finally create the success that you know you deserve. You just haven't earned it yet. Love you guys.